It is Wednesday, and we all know what that means. We are taking weather on the road to another one of your picks for the best backyards in the Berg. And this week's winner is in the wonderful city of Green Tree.
I love this. And take a look. We have Sky 4 in position above, flying high. Action cam zeroed in. We like to spy on our chief meteorologist, Mike Harvey, like this. He's out there. He's checking out the barbecue, hanging out with some new friends. This place is beautiful.
It really is a nice place here in Green Tree. Let me go ahead and bring in Carol McCormick, who is one of the owners of the house here, and you have a friend here, and this is?
This is Yasha.
Yasha. And Yasha's going to join us on a tour of this property here. And Kendall, if we go ahead and show what we have back here. Now, how long have you guys lived here?
30 years.
And this backyard, obviously it didn't start out like this. Can you kind of give us a taste of what it looked like or what it felt like before you did all this?
Well, before it was just all grass and just a little bit of a slopey hill, and I had 2 steps going up to the 2nd level.
And, oh, go ahead.
Then we added a wall, then we added a gazebo, then we took down the wall.
And as we go back here and take a look at your patio here, we'll be able to see that this is like one of your favorite areas of the patio where the people are gathering here.
Yes, that's a stamped cement, and Harry Spadafora did it for us, and it is just beautiful. I love it. All our friends love it, and it's our sunny spot to sit.
And people are obviously enjoying it right now. And one of the things that really makes this patio is this fountain that you put in over here.
Yes, I love it because it's the running water, just makes you feel comfortable and relaxed. And then I get to sit on the porch and look out at the gazebo and the fountain. It's just, and I enjoy my flowers.
Okay.
So.
Absolutely. We've heard a lot about your flowers. I know you spend a lot of time out here. We're going to talk more about your gardening that you do coming up here in just a minute. So we're going to hold on to that. But first, let's go ahead and talk about the weather because it's been awfully nice out here and it's going to stay. Well, we are in Green Tree. This is one of the best backyards in the Berg that you have voted for. We've showed you a little bit, kind of gave you the wide view of what they have back here. I'm telling you, it's a great yard for the kids to run in, but they also have some neat features that they've put in. We're going to talk a lot about the gardening that they've put in, how this gazebo got here, and who put it in. It's pretty interesting. We're going to talk a lot about that coming up here in just a few minutes.
You know, Mike, we were looking at the view from Sky 4, and I'm kind of thinking it'd be good for a baseball field. I mean, you've got that right field wall, you got a deep left field. Have they thought about that?
Yeah, I don't know if they have, but I'm gonna investigate, see if they have a wiffle ball bat around here, and maybe we can get a game going here. They've got a couple of young ones running around. I'll take them on.
I love it. We'll check back in with you here in a few minutes, Mike Harvey. I love it.
I love wiffle ball.
It's beautiful there. If you think maybe your backyard measures up to the best in the Berg, go to WTAE.com/backyards or our mobile app to upload your photos for a chance to win. And if your yard is chosen, Mike Harvey will deliver his forecast live from where you live and bring enough food to feed a party of 25.
Presidential. Well, you voted on the best backyards in the Berg, and tonight we are taking you to Green Tree to see how one property was completely renovated.
And our chief meteorologist, Mike Harvey, is live there on the ground. The gazebo. I love that gazebo. It's beautiful.
The gazebo is really cool, and we're going to talk about the gazebo in a minute. But first, we have to introduce the entire family. Starting from my left, we have Carol, we have Bob, and we have their daughter, Vika. And this gazebo is just a part of what they have here. But what we're going to go to first is the before and after pictures. And as we roll on those guys, tell me about, I mean, when you started this, I mean, it looked nothing like what you have here. What did it take to get it to where it is today?
Well, there was absolutely nothing. It was just grass and oak trees. So we'd build walls, take them down, put in flower gardens, and then just transition from one thing to another. My sister taught me to do perennials. So I used to do annuals because I loved all the colors, but then too much money. You go with perennials and then you split them over and over and over again, share them with the neighbors and, you know, all that type of thing. So I love the flowers, and that's what I try to do, different colors blooming at different times so that you always have a color coming up. So that's my trick.
Yeah, very good. That is a good trick to have. And another trick that you had here is the gazebo. And it's an interesting story, Bob, about how this gazebo was built here.
Yes, I did some research to find who could do the best gazebo, looked around, and I found out the Amish do a nice job down in Berlin Gardens. Did a nice job, and there was 2 Amish and 1 Mennonite that came, and they did this in 6 hours. This was flat, nothing. They poured the concrete. I think one guy had an air gun, the rest of them were hammers. And I sat there and watched them. I was very impressed. It was raining, and at 4 o'clock they left. I was very impressed. They did a beautiful job. That was 1990. Nothing has moved on it. It's very solid, and we use it quite a bit.
It was a rabbit cage for a while there.
That was a bit.
It was my pet rabbit's cage for like a week.
It's the most expensive rabbit cage in the city of Pittsburgh.
It used to be screened in.
Okay, well, certainly a centerpiece of the yard, and we're going to see even more of this yard as we go forward, but we're going to talk about the weather right now. Currently 70 of 80 degrees. Well, we have ourselves a little party that's going on here. We have a beautiful patio behind me, gazebo in front of me, and lots of yard for the kids to run on right back here. We're going to show you a little bit more of this a little bit later. That's all coming up in just a few minutes, guys.
Mike, thanks so much. We'll see you in a bit. How about this?
We are taking the weather on the road to one of the best backyards in the burg. This week's winner, an outdoor paradise you see in Green Tree.
Chief Meteorologist Mike Harvey is live there, and this place is fantastic.
Oh, it really is. It has really a little bit of something for everybody, for the little ones. There's a lot of stuff to play with here. There's some amenities for the adults. It is a terrific day out here. We're going to show you around a little bit more. We have a couple more stories to tell you about this backyard. Of course, we have a couple stories to tell you about the weather. All that's coming up in just a few minutes. And I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Harvey. It is a beautiful day to be in one of the best backyards in the burg. We have a nice little celebration going on here. We're going to tell you more about the stories of this backyard. And as we take a look from Sky 4, you can see we are in the Green Tree neighborhood. We'll tell you a little more about all of this and your forecast. It's all coming up in just a few minutes.
Weather on the road today to one of the best backyards in the burg. You voted for it, and here is tonight's winner. This backyard is in Green Tree.
That's where we find Chief Meteorologist Mike Harvey. Mike, great weather, even greater backyard. What a beautiful, beautiful backyard.
It certainly is, and they have a lot of work that they have put into this over the years. I've lived here for 30 years, and I'm standing here with Carol and Bob, and you guys, well, first of all, Carol, I mean, I know that you are big into gardening, and one of the funniest stories that I heard when I first came here was that you like to get outside and do the gardening. And, Bob, you like to watch her do the gardening, true?
Great job. Yeah. I love to do the gardening. Actually, I come out here when Bob and my daughter aggravate me, and then I dig. They know where to find me, in the garden.
Well, we know why there's been so much effort put into the garden, why it looks so good, right? Now, we're looking at some flowers right here. I know there's a terrific story behind these flowers.
Yeah, there's gladiolas in the back by the black shutter, and that came up out of nowhere. And it's funny because it came within a couple years of my dad's death, and that was my dad's favorite flower. But when it blooms, it actually looks in the dining room window. And then my mother died, and a couple years after my mother died, this one over here grew. And it just grew out of nowhere, and it just gives me chills just to even think about it, because I think they're watching me.
Well, that's pretty miraculous, and of course you're so big into gardening. How much time do you spend out here with this?
I'm probably out here a couple hours every day. My neighbors have 5 children, and I like being out here, and then the kids come over, and before that I know it's time to go in and make dinner. So.
And speaking of making dinner, I know there's a bunch of people behind us that are enjoying dinner. Anybody here you need to point out?
There's all my brothers and sisters and my friends and neighbors. And where's Sue and Bo? These were in our wedding party in one of the pictures. It's my sister and Bo's his best friend. And there's little Luca.
And little Luca right over here.
Little Luca. Where's Steve? Yeah,
Luca,
and here's Steven.
Right
Steven, where's Steven and Pete? There's Steven there too.
Okay,
so.
I know you wanted to have one special shout out.
Oh, yeah, I want to shout out to my father-in-law up in Manessa, and I hope you're watching, Grandpap, and we love you.
Okay, well, thank you very much, guys. A terrific group of people, a lot of fun that we're having here, and lovely weather that we have to enjoy this. So let's take a look at what's happening out. Well, we are here in Green Tree. It is one of the best backyards in the burg. We're going to have a goodbye coming up here in just a little bit, but I'm telling you, this is really a great backyard. A lot of room back here, a lot of room to run, but also a lot of fun. Guys?
I got to say, Carol did such a great job describing who was there, how she did it all. I think she should have her own show.
You know what?
Could be the future.
She could be a weatherman. What?
Hey, speaking of that, Mike predicted today's high temp was 70.
Did you hear it? There you go. This is Pittsburgh's Action News 460.